I'm sorry. I did not even realize I passed my limit. I don't even know it's gonna get. I went I'm usually have to cut off at 15 minutes and I went 15:20. So I don't know if the last 20 minutes is gonna stay in that video. But anyway, just in case, I will redo that one. Alejandro's all reprimanding Nick for riding up the gangsters, and like I said before, I don't blame Alejandro or Luciana because what he did could possibly backfire on them, right? And he's all trying to explain the importance of faith. And I'm guessing they're kind of like religious people and all that stuff because, they're saying, have importance in faith, saying that the faithful will be the only ones alive and washed clean of all this death around them and all that stuff. I don't know, they're kind of, sometimes religion can backfire in this kind of stuff. I know I was born a Catholic. I'm not being mean at all about religion and all that stuff. I really am not. I was born and raised a Catholic. I help out at my church. But it's just, at times like this, sometimes not many people, there are a small group of people that believe in faith and still do, even in apocalypse. But a good chunk of the people will still panic in the world and totally abandon faith and all that stuff. So I don't know what with the whole faith speech will do to Nick, but keep this in mind. A small conversation with that one lady at that mansion, I forgot her name already. One small conversation with her and he's following her like a puppy, right? So maybe, that will work on Nick, but then who knows? But then during that whole little faith speech, Nick actually notices the scar on Alejandro's shoulder. I can't even talk, guys. This is awesome. Nick notices the scar on Alejandro's shoulder, and it's apparently the bite mark that Luciana said that Alejandro had. The one on his shoulder. That's where he got bit, apparently, by an infected and is still alive. I will have a whole different video on what I think about that, okay? But anyway, back at the hotel, the infected begin to swarm the hotel bar. It's oh, this is all you guys' fault, because you be all banging on a piano and crashing shot glasses everywhere. Of course you're going to make a lot of noise. You're going to bring in infected. Because just because you don't see any infected when you rang that little bell in the hotel doesn't mean that there aren't any infected, across the street from where you are. Or maybe the infected in the hotel did not hear your dang bell. That's why they didn't, go towards you. Or also the fact that, closed doors. Of course, they might be stuck in their hotel rooms. So that's a herp and dirt moment. But then again, they're both drunk, so they're not in their right minds right now. Anyway, we have another moment where, they start to swarm the hotel bar, and Madison and Strand are literally in the middle of the hotel thing, the middle of the bar, and they're, literally surrounded by infected, and they try, fighting them. Unfortunately, they're trapped behind the bar, right? They can't do anything. They're literally surrounded by infected. And Alicia, she stands alone in her room because the only way she can escape the upstairs of the hotel to get to her mom, Mrs. Strand, is the stairway, and it's completely blocked by infected. So she can't do anything. She's stuck on the floor that she's on, and so she pretty much traps herself inside that room that she's in. And Ophelia is nowhere to be found because, keep this in mind, Alicia took a shower and Ophelia just disappeared, right? And back to where Nick is, Alejandro, he's all preaching to people at the Colonia Community Church, right? And he's all standing in the audience. And the whole congregation, including Alejandro, they're repeating this thing saying, from death we come and to death we deliver ourselves. And yes, that's a whole church thing, but it kind of it has this foreboding feeling to me. I don't know what it is, but them constantly repeating the words, from death we come and to death we deliver ourselves, kind of freaks me out a little bit. It kind of makes me feel like something really bad's gonna happen in this community. I'm just saying. And, Nick just joins in. And it's kind of like Nick has that moment. Nick's mentality to me, it's almost like, when in Rome, do what the Romans do. You know that saying? I think Nick has that mentality, because that happened in the mansion with that lady. And now it's happening here in this community. So, Nick's mentality about joining people is kind of, I don't know, can help him, but at the same time, kind of could backfire. But anyway, yeah, this episode was very interesting. It's not like I didn't like the previous episode with just all Nick, but it was good to see what happened to everybody and what happened to the ship, because I saw the preview when finishing episode 8. I saw the preview for episode 9, and it's like, why is Strand and them still roaming the mainland? Why aren't they back on the Abigail? So we find out why, and why they were at the hotel to begin with. And we find out more about the community that Nick has taken shelter in, and more about the people there. And I'm looking forward to how Strand and Madison are gonna get themselves out of this, because they're literally trapped behind the bar, surrounded by infected. Alicia is literally trapped in the room on the floor she's in, because the only way she could get out is blocked. Ophelia freaking disappeared. And then I'm really scared about the community that Nick's in, because they're giving me this really bad foreboding feeling about them. I don't know, especially with Nick upsetting those gangsters, you know, threatening not to give them medication if they don't, like, let them go and give them a second shopping cart. I'm kind of worried. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the next episode, because I hear we finally get to see Travis and his son. Forgot the name of the son already. It's horrible. Hang on, wait. Let me look it up real quick. I forgot the name of Travis's kid. And he's not in. Wait, no. Travis. Chris. There you go. So I heard in this today's episode, we'll finally see what happens to Travis and his son Chris, and what happened, you know, after they, you know, told Nick, don't tell your mom where we are or that you found me. I have to help my son. I want to know what happens to Travis and Chris, since they are away from Strand's group and even far away from Nick. So I can't wait to see what happens. So I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Bye, Boo-Tube.